and I'm not sure what to do. You know, there feels like there's a real agenda against us. We should have a point today due to poor officials making poor decisions. We are getting nothing off officials. It does, you know, start to make you think about kind of conspiracy theories. Is there something bigger at play?
Shut up, you cunt. Hi guys, and welcome to the Bristol Rovers vs Sunderland match review. So Sunderland have picked up yet another win, this time on the road, away from home at the Memorial Stadium against Bristol Rovers. But not just Bristol Rovers, Joey Barton's Bristol Rovers. Now you might think I'm overplaying this, like I've just won the Champions League final, Joey, or the FA Cup final, whatever it is. But I'm just so happy to see how sour you are. I just think you're such a dick. No offence to Bristol Rovers fans, I hope you lot stay up, I really do. But this isn't between me and you guys, this is between me and Joey. I just hate them. I really hate him. And to see him so sour, coming up with all this crap about conspiracy theories. Jesus Christ, I was in stitches watching that interview. I really was in stitches. I've never heard anything like it in my life. But anyway, on to the match review. Let's be professional now, let's be professional. So into the preview for this game, I did say that I think it was going to be not only a 1-0 win to Sunderland, so I got that right, but I also said it was going to be a very tight game, and a lot of people thought we were going to just walk all over these lot, and I knew that wasn't going to be the case. I knew it, particularly with Barton at the helm there, because he was going to get this team right up for it, regardless of the quality. I'm not saying that they have, you know, really poor quality, but they are where they are for a reason, Bristol Rovers, but he definitely got them up for it. So going into the game, we started with Burge in goal. Across the back, we had McFadzean, we had O'Nien, Sanderson and Power. Then in the middle, we had Scowen, and we also had Winchester. Then returning, which I didn't expect at all, was Aidan O'Brien, because we've heard a lot about the returning injuries of, you know, like Bailey Wright, Hume, Jordan Jones, but I haven't really heard too much. I don't know whether it's just me, but I haven't really heard too much about Aidan O'Brien's injury. And then he just popped up in the starting 11 as well. You know, I thought he might come back on the bench or something, if anything. But to start in starting 11, you know, he must be deemed to be fit, and he's obviously very highly valued by Lee Johnson, and rightly so, because he is highly underrated. He really is. But I will get into that later on. But then on the right hand side, we had Lyndon Gooch. On the left, we had McGeady, and up top, of course, we had Charlie White. So I thought that team, it's enough to take on Bristol Rovers and probably get us a result. But, you know, I looked at the pitch before the game, and it looked really good. But you could see as the game went on that there was that odd sort of bobbly patch and what have you, which isn't an excuse or anything, but it was difficult to try and keep the ball on the floor. And over on the wings, where we usually start providing crosses, a lot of crosses were getting scuffed by the likes of McGeady and Gooch a couple of times, well, quite a few times actually. It was going straight over the bar, over the goal, when we're trying to whip a ball in, because they're not getting great connections on it. But either way, I'm just thought I'd just throw that in there to paint a picture of the environment. But getting into the game, and Bristol Rovers, for the entire first 45 minutes, it was them. To be honest, I thought that they were a lot better than us. I don't think they were, you know, creating chance after chance after chance. They definitely made better chances than us, I would say. Early doors, you know, they were right in our faces for the whole 45 minutes, and that's what I need to give them a lot of credit for. Their press, we could not handle at all, but we were equally so unbelievably poor. One of the worst halves I've seen from us in a long time. We'd literally make one, maybe two passes at squeeze, then we'd hoof it straight out of play, or we'd try a 1-2 with one of the wing backs or the full backs and the wingers, and the second pass, the follow-up pass, would go straight out for a throw-in. It was horrendous. It was really absolutely awful, and the only chances we were getting was from the odd set piece here and there to get the ball in the box. McGeady 2-3 times had the opportunity to put the free kick in the box. It was hitting the first man, and it was dire. And like I say, the main sort of couple of chances in the first half both fell to Bristol Rovers. One of them being with actually a mistake from Sanderson. He didn't deal with the clearance properly. It fell straight back for their striker, and he really should have tested Burge. He's gone for the bottom right hand corner, and it's gone wide. They had other chances, a couple of scraps, or sort of scrappy goalmouth scrambles in our area, which they didn't manage to convert. But it was us that managed to break the deadlock somehow, and it was with a set piece. Finally, a half-decent set piece that was put in from McGeady from a corner on the right side, whips it in, and there is O'Brien, the man who's returned from injury, and it's definitely not a clean strike. It's just he almost like threw himself at the ball, and it just bounced off his shin and rolled into the bottom left-hand corner to make it 1-0. At that point, it's undeserved. We're heading towards half-time, and I'm thinking we need to improve drastically in this second half if we want to maintain this lead, because they were going for it, Bristol Rovers, and like I say, Joey Bottom really got them up for it. But I also thought, how long can they keep this high press up for? Because usually teams that put such a high press and for such long periods, usually they do die off in the second half. But usually a press would only last about half an hour anyway. But it didn't. It lasted the whole 45. So I thought, oh my God, they might get a nice 10-15 minute breather at half time, come out after the break, and just start all over again, because they weren't letting us play the game where we usually pull it out from the back. Burge will play it out to Sanderson or 09 and we start the attacker from there and start it on the floor. But they weren't allowing that. They were just forcing us into this Who-Fit football game that was horrible to watch. But when you are forced into this Who-Fit football, or at least you're dealing with a high press, you need to have the quality, and I believe we do have the quality, we just weren't showing it. You need to have the quality to be able to pass the ball quicker and get around this high press. Because as soon as you absorb and you sort of drag a man onto you, if the high press is coming, all you need to do is a quick 1-2 and an accurate 1-2, and you've cut him out of the game. If you start dragging their players out of position, then you're going to end up with space in behind. But we weren't going for that. It was just hoof, and it was horrible to watch, like I say. In the second half, we absolutely improved. Their press died down considerably, and it allowed us to control the game. It wasn't pretty again by any stretch, but I feel like we did control the game in the second half, and we were making more chances. O'Brien is such a simple chance. He really did. Pulled back to him on the left-hand side, and he had it around the penalty area, and he's thumped it over the bar. It looked like the keeper to me, tips it over the bar. The referee didn't give anything. Another chance, McGeady with a free kick. He's put it over the wall, and it's hit the post and gone wide. And like I say, we could have easily made it 2, maybe 3 in the second half. Again, we weren't making countless chances, but I felt like we were a lot more comfortable. I felt like we were just going to see it out. But that can never just be sort of rested on. We can't just sit back and just relax and hope that we're going to hold on for this 1-0 win. We need to get the second goal, because that proved to be the case. With 10 minutes left, we could not get it out or on half at all, and it was all Bristol Rovers. We brought the likes of Ledbetter on, and Stewart as well. He was winning balls up top with Charlie Wyke, proving to be a bit of a nuisance. But I felt like we sat so deep for that final 10 minutes, and like I say, we really needed that second goal earlier on, which we just didn't take our chances with. But luckily, we managed to get away with it. Burge made a great save at the near post after a scramble in the box. They had a couple of half chances in and around the box, but it went wide and over the bar. But luckily, we saw it out, and it finished 1-0, luckily, because we were quite lucky towards the end. So, fair play to Bristol Rovers, and Joey Bottom to an extent, although I do hate him. He did get Bristol Rovers up for it. But we managed to just show just about enough quality. And I will give, my plaudits to Haydn O'Brien. I do want to say this because I see all the time, all over social media, people say, oh, what does he bring? He don't do anything, he don't do this, he don't do that. Yes, he could maybe add more goals to his game. But if you don't see what Haydn O'Brien brings to the side, then I genuinely think you're quite stupid. And I don't care if he offends you, I do, because if you notice, when Haydn O'Brien is inside, he runs the channels and it allows White to remain in the centre. Whereas you'll notice when Haydn O'Brien isn't in the side, White gets dragged out to the channels, to the left wing or the right wing, to pick up the ball, and he's useless there. We don't want White there. Of course, every now and then he'll have to dip out anyway, hold up the ball, that's fine. But where is White getting his goals from? In the box. That's where he's got all his 20 plus goals from this season. And if someone isn't there to run the channels, which Haydn O'Brien does so well, moves that wide, holds up the ball, plays it onto the wingers, and he does that time and time again for the crosses to come in. And whereas White is always in the middle, because Haydn O'Brien is doing the dirty work out on the wings and down the channels. And that is where White has got a lot of his success from. And I believe that Haydn O'Brien has been a huge part of that, a huge part of White's goals, which he doesn't get anywhere near enough credit for. Just because he's not scoring screamer left, right and centre, people say shit, which I think is so unfair. So unfair. But either way, he gets my man of the match, Haydn O'Brien, to come back from injury, play the way he did. Think he was brilliant. And he got his goal as well. It was a bit of a scuffed effort, but we'll take it every day of the week. So it's another brilliant win. And now we've got 10 games remaining. So let's have a look at the top 6. So as you can see with the top 6, we've got Hull at the top of the table. We have 2 games in hand over them, and we're only 3 points behind them as well. So it's pretty much same old. Hull did draw though yesterday, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. Yes, they drew against Gillingham, so they dropped points there. That helped us out. Peterborough absolutely smashed Accrington, and it was just coming to a time where I thought Peterborough were going to start falling off a little bit, so I thought that we might be able to take advantage, but they fought back brilliantly, and they've absolutely smashed Accrington by 7 goals to 0. Of course, we won yesterday as well, but we still have a game in hand over Peterborough with a win there. We're 2 points behind them, so with a win, if we win our games in hand, essentially, and beat Peterborough and Hull, who we do have over the next few games, we'll go top of the league, but it isn't going to be as easy as that. And I really don't think it is going to be, because our running is pretty difficult, I would say. I think 6 out of the 10 games, all teams in the top 10, I believe. I could be wrong there, but as I am recording this, I'm sure that is correct. Could be anyway. You know, we've got Peterborough, we've got Hull, we've got Blackpool twice, who have been in brilliant form recently. We have Oxford as well on Friday. So we've got a lot of very, very difficult teams to face. We've got Accrington as well, who are falling off a little bit, so maybe not so much with them, but we still have Plymouth to play as well, Northampton, Wigan. So we do have a handful of games that you would expect on paper for us to win, but also we've got some very, very difficult games, and that's when we're really going to be tested. But I do feel that when we play better teams, we actually play better. That's how I feel anyway. I feel like at least the performances, maybe not always the results, but I do feel like our performances are generally a lot better when we play better sides, and we struggle more with sides who are deemed to be lesser than us, you know, without any disrespect, because a lot of teams, particularly let's say Jamaica, like I say, they'll just put everyone behind the ball, and it's hard for any side, regardless of the quality, to get in behind or at least make chances and win games like that. But we have been doing. So all we can do is just hope that we continue this, you know, unbeaten run. It's 12 games now in all competitions unbeaten, and in the league 10 games unbeaten in a row, 8 wins from that 10. If we just carry this on, it'll be a massive, massive win at Oxford on Friday. Well, they're all finals now. We know that as cliche it is, they're absolutely all finals now, and hopefully we can continue this. And so that will be the end of the video. I hope all you Sunderland fans are really happy that we broke another hoodoo. Of course, we broke the hoodoo of Wembley, we broke the hoodoo of Burton, of Fleetwood, and now the Joey Barton curse as well. You know, we're breaking curses left, right and centre, so I hope you Sunderland fans are happy around the globe, and you've enjoyed the video, of course, and if you have, like the video, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. But for now, you take care, and stay jamming.